Let me get IG set up now. Oh my god, bro. Thing just popped out. Alrighty. We are live. Let me get the let me get the audio Uber mic audio Uber mic action. And of course my camera lags up. Once again, I have to switch again. Ladies and gentlemen, view on YouTube. Nobody's here, but we are going to see who's on. Guard loves to be an asshole. One person's watching. Let me see if I can get more people on this live stream. I didn't promote this at all, but it'd be cool if this is up anyway. To it's like, yeah, this is some popular opinions we're sharing, y'all. All right, I am live. And 4 are here. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show y'all some unpopular opinions that I received. Yes, I promised I was doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me just get this out to more people. I am live. All right, so we're going to read all your unpopular opinions. Let me just get a picture for the Twitter page. I am live on YouTube reading some MJ unpopular opinions. All right, everybody. I'm going to ask y'all because I asked people where, like on certain platforms, right? So what do you want to start with? You want to start with the opinions I got on here on YouTube? You want to see? You want to read? Do you want me to read the ones I got on Instagram? Do you want me to do you want me to read the ones I got on Twitter, or do you want me to read you the ones I got on TikTok? TikTok, we got the less ones. We didn't get a lot on TikTok, but we did get a lot on one specific platform. So let's see. How do I make a poll on this? Actually, I'll just go based on comments, and I'll open it up here. We'll start from Twitter. I'm gonna share my screen as we go along. So for the ones who just came in, I am reading Michael Jackson unpopular opinions that you gave me. So I'm gonna start with Twitter then. As two people already said it. If you guys want me to read the opinions I received from Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube first, let me know where y'all want me to read them. Okay, here we go. I'll just start with Twitter. I'm going to open up the post because we got a lot on Twitter. We got a good chunk of ones. I think that post kind of went in a direction that I kind of was expecting, but wasn't. TikTok didn't get a lot. I'm gonna start with Twitter, as two people already said it, so we're gonna jump right in there. Here we go, guys. Oh, save Twitter for last. Okay. So you want me to save Twitter for last? So let's start on TikTok because I didn't get a lot on TikTok then. And now that's a good idea. YouTube got a lot too. We got a lot on YouTube, and so I'll do Instagram next then. Oh wow, something popped up. Yeah, we didn't get a lot on Instagram, so we're no Instagram. What am I saying? I got quite a bit on Instagram, but on TikTok I didn't get a lot. So let's go to my TikTok.
I've done this before.
All right, so so we have the first one here. It says Chicago on Escape is bad. Which one? There's two versions. I can't really get to that one without me saying which version it was, because there's like two versions on Chicago. Which one? If it's the Escape, like the original one, then nah. So is the remix. I like both. Remix. I do prefer the remix though. Baby Be Mine is better than the Girl Is Mine. Yes. Have you seen My Childhood? He says the full lyric is one of the most depressing songs he's made. Yes. Blood on the Dance Floor is better than Off the Wall. The album, Blood on the Dance Floor is better than Off the Wall. That's a hot take. I've never heard anybody say that. That is crazy. If you're referring to the song Blood on the Dance Floor better than Off the Wall, I'll compare for fun in this one, but I don't agree, dude. I love Off the Wall. Off the Wall as an album is also better than Blood on the Dance Floor. I asked on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So we're gonna go through every single one of them. Yeah, she drives me wild and can't help, and I can help. Oh, my bad. I switched. I'm going through all my TikToks now. I apologize. That was a cool little playground in a local mall that I go to. She drives me wild and I can't help her some of his worst songs. Okay, I can understand she drives me wild. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't like it like that. I don't think it's his worst song, but it's not my it's not a song that I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't listen to. And then I Can't Help It is amazing. That's just my opinion. Dangerous is his worst album. I don't agree with that. Dangerous is one of his better ones. I think Thriller is his best album. So we can already conclude that. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is underrated. I think it's overrated. I think the public overrates it more than the fans. The fan community, it's underrated in the fan community, but in the public, it's overrated. That's like the Estates theme song. At this point, it's the Estates theme song. They play it all the time. Like not even the original song. I mean, they do, but then most of the time they remix that song a lot. Like they really advertise that one a lot, but in the fan community, it doesn't get as much love in the fan community. I'm gonna read the ones on YouTube now because we actually got we got a lot on YouTube. So this is the post that I got, and I'll be reading all your submissions. Here we go, guys. Michael should have opened up it. Okay, we're a little controversial here. Michael should have opened up about his skin condition before 1993. Okay, so this one is interesting because I agree, but I don't at the same time because this was such a very different time period for anybody to be open to come out for anything, whether it's a disease, whether it's a sexual orientation, whether it's a disability. I think it was such a time that was so different, and I think now it's if someone were to come out and say I have vitiligo, it wouldn't have it would have more acceptance. Although there's gonna be a side that there's gonna be you know opposing to it, but I think that it was such a different time period that he didn't come out right away, even though people were so questioned about it. Looking at the bad era, apparently he lost over 20 million fans during the bad era because the ones who were used to the way he looked at Thriller were taken offense by it because this is not like people thought Michael wanted to be white. Like that was what people thought at the time. I'm not even making things up. This is facts. But then once Michael opened up vitiligo, then okay. Especially in 2009, when once he died, they had World Vitiligo Day was born. So yeah, that's a very interesting one. Let me know how you feel about that one. Michael should have opened up about his skin condition before '93. But by the way, guys, I am doing the Michael Jackson versus Prince rant video. I'm going to film it this weekend. It's not going to be done right away. There's going to be a lot of things that I want to talk about in that video. I'm doing a lot of research, so it's going to be a very, very in-depth video, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. And I'm going to be destroying some people too, so on both sides. Although it was none of our business, he should have just addressed it like I have some health problems going on. That's it. You can't just be quiet with a drastic scene change. I understand where you're coming from, but again, you kind of have to understand the other side too, because vitiligo was something that it was new to people all the time. Nobody knew what vitiligo was. Nobody knew it, even though people had questions about it, which maybe I could say that, okay, that Michael could have been open about it instead of be quiet. Maybe it was a traumatic thing. Maybe it was the fact that he might have been too afraid, especially at a very time, because he was the biggest fucking star in the world. So it's the level of fame you get is your life gets more harder to deal with. That's something. No one should have opened up about something like that. I understand why they speculated it would change, but they were cruel, so him opening up would help. I want to hold it against him. Yeah. All right. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Let's do this one right here. Michael was far more respectful to people than he should be. He was extremely nice and respectful to those who didn't even deserve his respect. Yeah, he was too nice. That's my thing. I will say he was a little too nice in certain situations. I think even the way he defended himself wasn't that great. I'm going to be 100%. And I feel like his music was more of a defense than interviews. That's my opinion. You actually have one of the submissions on it. People say, okay, we're going to get to this one later because I have a lot to say about this one, and I've talked about this on streams before. And I've gotten heat for my take on this one, but I feel like there should have been a significant reason why MJ didn't open up a skin condition until 93. I do hope the biopic does talk about that. I really want them to talk about that. Like, that's one thing I really want them to dive into. Yeah, I think the one thing I'll say, not all of these are unpopular. A lot of people would agree with a lot of these. There's a few that was like, dang. All right, let's kind of go through here. The name Michael Jackson is the most iconic and well-known name in the world after Jesus. You may bring up, I'm not going to say that name, and other historical figures, but I don't think those names are as well known as any tiny part of the world as the name Michael Jackson. I think because again, I'm all for versatility, and I'm all in for like support of all good artists. But I will say that, and this is something I will admit, the name Michael Jackson does instantly, get somebody's head and say Michael Jackson moonwalk Thriller. That's one thing that I will say. Like he got, like, let me say that name, Michael Jackson, man, Michael Jackson. You think of that name, you think of Moonwalk, you think of Thriller, you think of Billie Jean, you think of all those songs. So I think, I agree with that, even though I'm kind of opposed to that. Maybe there's other really big names. Maybe they might not hit the same when it comes to impact, but I'm not going to hate on them and claim that, oh, listen, Michael Jackson, he may have been more popular than a lot of other people I listen to, but that doesn't make me hate the one, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll talk about that more in the MJ versus Prince video, because it's going to be huge. Let's do this one by What About Baby Boy. Okay, I have a lot to say about this one, and we're going to kind of go, Michael had millions of impersonators around the world. I wouldn't say millions, more like hundreds or thousands. Millions kind of a stretch, in my opinion. Yet in my opinion, 99.9% of MJ impersonators were the worst. They overdo everything MJ. They take MJ's childlike demeanor too far and portray him as childish, forgetting that Michael was not childish but childlike. When it comes to imitating his voice, they do it too much. I don't agree with that entirely. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this part as we keep going on. His singing style, he's grunts. It's like they take the unique aspects of his character and spam and overdo it everything. Not all impersonators are the worst. Some are outstanding, and I appreciate them, and the majority are terrible. Okay. I'm gonna name some sound-alikes that I feel like are the greatest. There's a guy named Rooter. Who in this chat has heard of Rooter? He's not really around anymore, but he, in my opinion, is one of the greatest sound-alikes I've ever heard in my life when it came to Michael, because this guy this guy sounded almost exactly like him. It's crazy to me. No, bro is childish. Listen, man, I'm childish myself, and that's okay. Here's my unpopular opinion. Just because someone calls Michael weird or things like it doesn't mean it's always negative. Like, I think everybody's weird. I mean, we're all weird in our own ways. Maybe there's a side that might paint that as a negative. That's like me saying that's like when people say the biopic is going to be complicated. It's fine. It doesn't always mean negative. Michael Jackson was a complicated person. That's a fact. There's so many things to question when it comes to Michael Jackson. For a normal fan, for a person that is a casual or a person that doesn't know who Michael Jackson is. So it's normal to have questions. And the biopic is going to cover that. It's normal to have questions about Michael Jackson. That's my opinion. If you don't agree with that and you want to treat Michael like a goody old god all day, I don't really give a shit. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, Michael Jackson was a different person. He was a different person than a lot of us. And that's really all I can say about that. But what are you doing next year Christmas? You spammed this comment. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm sorry. But okay, if you spam that again, I'm not gonna. No, stop. Please stop. All for love, please. I don't think MJ was that weird. The world has a lot of trauma and messed up. His moves is weird. I don't think nobody's ever said his dancing was weird. I don't remember anybody saying that. There's a big difference between childish and childlike. Some people can't get the difference. MJ wouldn't like being called weird, probably different. Yeah, but I mean, different can still translate to, different is, this is how I feel, is it's like somebody being different can still be interpreted as weird, being eccentric, or being, I don't think people should impersonate him. Nothing against him or them. It's the fans who say things like that because they're not perfect. They're trying. Thank you. I think there's people that are really bad dancers, but a lot of those bad dancers are very bad people. And that's another thing. But I mean, all I can say is Michael was a different person. He was a different person, and then that's okay. But the impersonators, here are a few that I do like. Sack MJ. Sack MJ is one of my favorites. Rodrigo Teaser is one of my favorites. Rodrigo Teaser gets a lot of respect, especially in Brazil. He's very popular in Brazil. I got to give it to that's another impersonator. I'm trying to think. There's so many of them that are good. I understand why there's a few that are just not. Like Fabio is a pretty controversial name. I don't say Miles Frost or Jafar are impersonators. They are not impersonators. Don't get that in your fucking head. They are not impersonators. People think that there should have been an impersonator playing Jafar in the movie, which is fucking stupid. Oh my god! And then here incoming the people that are going to attack me for calling Michael weird. Maybe he was weird since when was that? Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. You have to it's a psychological understanding. Yeah, it's that. It's a bro, grab this crotch. Ha ha. To the point of TV shows not wanting bad to be aired. That's a good point. Yeah, they were questioning the crotch grabbing, especially in that point of his life. Michael is human. He did great things, and of course, still made mistakes. This is something that I feel that a lot of there are fan bases that do treat their celebrities as human beings. But the Michael fans are not. They're not one of those communities. They overhype and they treat him like a god all the time. Not everybody, not everybody, but I see it and I look at it, and Michael is the most. Yes, he is one of the most impersonated celebrities next to I think Elvis. Elvis has a lot of impersonators as well, but they're not. I don't know a lot of Elvis impersonators. I don't. I know he does get a annual festival in Vegas. That I know. All right, let's continue. We got a little carried away there. All right, let me no, Elvis is number one. So Elvis has more impersonators than MJ. Um, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know any Elvis impersonators for me to. I mean, maybe you could say that from like the festivals. If you look at the Michael impersonators in like the '80s, like the early '80s, they had the impersonator contests, and I don't know how many people. Oh, 100%. If you're in Vegas, you're gonna get an Elvis everywhere. That Elvis is big over there. I can't deny that at all. I don't know. I mean, you get a lot of these. Something I noticed about Michael impersonators, a lot of them are independently, like they don't really have a big name. A lot of them are like doing their own thing. I think tribute artists are better than impersonators. I feel like, or somebody that does the dance, but they put it their own spin to it. But then you got the impersonators that, okay, there are a few that are really good. I got to give credit. There's some really accurate impersonators, really accurate impersonators. But people have made comments saying a lot of these impersonators have egos. They have egos. A lot of these impersonators have fucking egos. That's another thing I'll say, especially, we've had, like people like, people who claimed, Fabio has, or it's another one that people hated on in the past. Giles Franca got a lot of hate in the past. That's another one. Ernest. I think Ernest. People don't like Ernest. Like Navi is another one. Sergio Cortez. All these like want to do the surgeries and do the makeup and live their life and dress like Michael Jackson all day. Like it's part of their life, and it's terrible. We got to have these people be themselves, and that's a big factor. Chris is amazing. I just hate the babying and victimization. He was a victim, but he still went on and kept going. That's what he stood for. He should be treated like a hero. He didn't let the problems get to him. I agree, but at the same, I mean, if you look at what I wish he did. Like now that you say that, I wish he I wish he actually wrote another book. The reason I quote wrote is apparently Michael did not write Moonwalk. I mean, he told someone to write it for him. Apparently, the Moonwalk was written by a ghostwriter. I have to look at more information about that. But apparently, there's a ghostwriter for Moonwalker. Guys, someone elaborate on that. If a dancer puts a twist on a dance, he'll get told it's not accurate. But if he does it perfectly, they're told you're copying. Literally. I don't think it's always fair to see Michael act a certain way because of how he was raised. You have to remember Marlon was about his age and is completely different. That makes sense. Let's see what we got here. Of course. I mean, yeah, because I think it's okay. Let me read a few more. No, we got a lot. Here. All right, here we go. Mike is an underrated songwriter and vocalist. I think for his songwriting, the public definitely gives him a little more credit for Off the Wall and Thriller. Yeah, he didn't write it. Yeah, I mean, I think the vocalist stuff. It's definitely the public crediting him a little. Or that's another thing. The estate doesn't really release anything that has to do with like dangerous history. They're nothing. I don't think, and then I think in their mind it's probably like okay because it's not profitable. stupid. It's Michael Jackson. It's gonna get buzz either way because his fans are gonna be buying it and streaming it and blah 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 blah. I think his vocal stuff is definitely unpopular fact. Michael is the son of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson. Yep, that's yes, it is the truth that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. That's some bullshit. Anyway, songwriter no, vocals yes. I'm sorry, but his lyrics are things fifth graders can't write. I don't agree with a few songs. I mean, if we look at Shout, Michael wrote that song. Um, Shout, even though the production is pretty shit, those are some of the best lyrics he's ever written. Shout has his best lyrics. His lyrics were nothing entirely special. I think the way he delivered them and the passion behind them is what sold. I agree. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. It was the enunciation. By the way, Smooth Criminal, if y'all are Beatles fans, there's gonna be a video dropping about the Beatles on this channel coming soon. If y'all are into the Beatles, well, it's about the solo careers, like once like after they broke up. So that's a video coming. From what I understand, he was taped talking about different subjects and some. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, the interviews that they think they put out some rare stuff that's not up anymore. It was for the book, and then they probably put that all in the book. Writing a song ain't as easy. Songwriting is very difficult. Like I even attempt to write songs, and it's very difficult to do that, especially for I think his best written songs are "Keep the Faith," "Is It Scary." Um, he wrote "Price of Fame," right? "Price of Fame" is one of them. "Price of Fame" is definitely one of them. I think lyrically that song is fantastic. Um, all right, let's keep going. I actually like the song 2000 Watts. 2000 Watts is a song that people don't really like. I don't really care for it like that. But if you like it, that's your taste. That's all good. I like that opinion. Hardcore fans and music snobs outside the fandom underrate Thriller album because of its popularity. I understand the fans desired more air conditioner, but Thriller deserves all the love it gets. It's perfect. Thriller does deserve the love it gets, and I think Thriller deserves more credit for certain aspects, I guess. For someone who wrote the most diss tracks ever. Ah. Dude, yeah. Oh yeah. He likes 2000 Watts. This is a music nerd talking. So I respect that. You probably know who I am. All right, here we go. The estate does not give a crap about 90s MJ. Yes. Even though I think they have a soft spot, but they're probably like, okay, it's not profitable. Let's not put it out. Some people think Michael was naive. In fact, he was sophisticated, so smart, and he knew what he was doing. Uh, I mean, he was very smart, but he was very naive at the same time. I mean, a lot of people can say that. One of the opinions I said was him buying catalogs was a big mistake. People think him buying the Eminem catalog was stupid. People think that him settling in '93 was stupid, even though it's an understandable reason as to why that whole thing happened in '93. It is a very controversial move, but if you actually dive into why that occurred, then yeah, then you kind of understand like what was actually going on with that. So I think Michael Jackson, he was a fortunate type of person that if he was upset, it was okay. Let's just get this out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Um, but he was very smart in many areas too. He was very smart in, uh, you know, he was very good at drawing. He was very good at. He knew a lot of movie history, stuff like that. He had books in his ranch. He was doing a lot of that. And it's a he was kind of both. I'm not gonna lie. Book smart, street smart. Okay, here we go. Michael wasn't the one who said it was the insurance company because they wanted him to go back on tour. You want to fight the case? Um, yeah, there's a friend of mine. He's like saying, "Oh, it wasn't Eminem's catalog with Sony, and a few of M's songs were attached to like Without Me, My Name Isn't Real, some shade. It was Sony. No, because I thought it was Eminem. Yeah, it was. I mean, maybe Sony might make sense because like again, that was what he was dealing with. But again, okay, so Sony, he bought the Sony catalog, and that okay, I mean, there's articles about it. This. I just hope they do that. They do the settlement right in the biopic. That's because they are going through the settlement in the biopic. It's hard to go out and impersonate Michael and not look ridiculous. The girl, they don't care about us. Billie Jean, beat it. Work a day and night, don't stop. And Liberian girl. There's probably like 20 people not even chatting because they're so mad at me over these takes, over my takes. Probably call me a fake fan, being stupid. I don't know. I don't want to blatantly assume, but it's okay. Y'all can screen record and share it and cancel me. It's good. I don't care anymore. Street smart. Put MJ in the streets with nothing, and no one knows it's his name, and see how long it. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Anyway, in the making of Thriller album, the record label wanted to pay only for 2 videos. Thriller and Beat It didn't want to pay for another video. This is not really an opinion. So I don't really know how to answer that or even agree with it. My number one king of music. Oh, hey, at least you expressed your frustration to me then. Number one king of music. Listen, that's another opinion I want to talk about. I might even talk about that right away. Somebody said Michael was the king of music. I don't agree. He was not the king of music. He was the king of pop. The king of music would have to be someone that would do every single genre unimaginable. And there's so many other kings and queens of music. So I can't really say that anybody is the king of music because everybody can make music if they're capable to make music. We have to understand in a perspective of art, and another opinion I have is, we look at everybody on Twitter and they always they don't really they say his talent is famous, but or they rise his talent up, but it's more about numbers than anything. It's about his sales, and then they'll attack other artists and say they suck because their sales are lower, and then Michael got higher sales. He's better because he has higher sales. How do y'all feel about that? Because that another thing I'll talk about in my fucking Prince video. Of course, you mentioned Prince. There's gonna be a funny thing. I'm gonna wrap up with this other thing. But let's we gotta really rush here. Michael was murdered for his catalog. The catalog thing is very, very difficult. I mean, especially now, with not now, but I think last year the estate was trying to do something with the catalog and got a lot of people. And then there's a whole thing with Catherine going on. So it's crazy, right? Let's get with some subscribers. And I lost a snow. I did not lose a sub. Thank you. The only person who comes close to King Elijah genres is 100%. Panic at the Disco that's a group that I definitely should listen to more, because from what I heard, man, I love their music. Love their music. There we go. Let's go on. Our population is at 8.1 billion. It's not an opinion. Invincible album is not underrated. It's perfectly rated. It's more overrated in the fan community, but underrated in the public. Even though I think right now it's perfectly rated, because If we look at TikTok, there's so many songs from Invincible were from Invincible that went viral. So if we look at songs like Unbreakable and Heaven Can Wait, all these songs, it's like um, Michael Jackson Thrad era is the best. Thrad era is interesting. It's an era that's kind of slept on. Captain EO is a part of that era. I love Captain EO. It's his worst album. I think I heard somebody say his worst album was Music and Me. I can understand that take. That's my least favorite Motown album is Music and Me. I like it, but I don't like it as much as Got to Be There and Forever Michael and even Ben. His worst album is fucking Michael. It's Michael, even without the fake tracks. It still fucking sucks. Blood on the Dance Floor is not that great of an album either. Forever Michael's amazing. Forever Michael's incredible. That's my opinion. I love Forever Michael. I can understand like track wise it could deserve work, but I personally love that album. It's my favorite Motown album from Michael. A lot of great songs are on there. Hollywood Tonight saves the Michael album. Hollywood Tonight is a great song. I'll say that. Oh my god. All right, let's continue. Blood on the Dance Floor was not. It's not an era. It's not an era. Why do people call it Blood on the Dance Floor era? I don't get it. It's not an era. How is buying Eminem catalog stupid and disrespected Mike and a song? And Michael bought that song along with other popular songs like Without Me, Rose Shady was a great business strategy. No, I was saying other people think it was stupid. I didn't. I did not say my opinion on here. Buying the catalog was, I mean, here's the thing about Eminem. Yes, people are upset about Eminem disrespecting Mike. We got to realize that's unfortunately you got to deal with the. Okay, Johnny is like the biggest Eminem fan, and he can explain to y'all what really went down. Eminem was just like that, man. He was insulting people in his songs. Period. He was going. That's the type of artist he was, and I think Eminem fans are going to understand a little more with that. It's like, these people trying to push y'all to understand Michael, as a human being. Oh my god. Invincible. It's a good album that touching bad history off the wall. Yeah, I agree with that. Michael Jackson should have retired and never cooperated with AEG. I agree. He should have done film. I agree with this. I fucking agree with this because again, he had potential to be a good actor. He wasn't the greatest of actors, but he had potential to be a good actor. He just had to get professional training, get him in some boot camp for a couple months. Have him really work with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. But again, that would be pretty sketchy too, because Michael fucking hated Hollywood. But if you wanted to do film, then definitely could have pushed it a little more. I think for acting, Bad, the short film Bad, had some of his best acting he's ever done. The Jacksons, including Janet, that was suggested, would have saved MJ's Quan. Interesting. That was, I believe he was going to do something with the Jacksons after 2000. After This Is It. Apparently, he was going to do something with the brothers. Bad era was his prime, not Thriller. More diverse songs, more energy, more hee-hees and ows. It was the first era of independence and identity showcasing. I agree with that. 100% agree with that. And it's not because I'm a racist. But Bad is the best era when it came to performance, next to the Triumph era, right? Y'all can say you disrespect MJ, but M said in an interview, I'm paraphrasing, the song and video weren't about let's get Michael Jackson. Even said Michael's a legend. It wasn't an attack. Eminem said so much worse about everyone else in the world. MJ walked away with a slap on his wrist. Eminem said way more about other artists that no one knows about. What do y'all think about that, guys? There's 26 people on here. There's only 5 people talking on this chat. Who's on the chat? I want to see who's on this chat. I want to see who everyone's gonna, let's see if people are gonna murder me today. Let's get some murdering going on. Let's get people trying to get at me one more time. It's funny. It's so funny now. Thank you. Beat is his best song. No. Another part of me is the best song on Bad. I don't agree, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Another part of me, performance is better. Smooth Criminal. Interesting comparison. Wow. Should have included a Dangerous tour. I don't think it should have been on Dangerous. I think it suits Bad the most. People who are still upset about the MJ stuff don't know shit about Eminem. Thank you. I don't fucking get it. Another part, interesting. He's bad at explaining himself. Yes, he was a little weird, and he shouldn't have trusted. I agree with the trusting part. He trusted too many people. Other than those, Michael Jackson's still the GOAT. History Tour Brunei is the best History Tour concert. It's one of them. But I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Except for the vocals, since Mike had laryngitis. Something to clear up. He did not have laryngitis for the entire tour. I'm going to say it again. He did not have laryngitis for the entire tour. He had laryngitis for the Germany shows and a few other shows, but he did not have laryngitis in Gothenburg 97 or Copenhagen 97. His vocals are actually very good in both of those shows. So he made a problem in a few songs he dissed on. History Tour is better than Bad Tour. Don't agree at all. History Tour is probably his worst tour. I'll touch on that in the versatility rant, the Michael Jackson versatility rant. I really wish Michael did more stuff in his performances later on. Yeah, he said it's just a metaphor. Yeah, it's the one. That's the lyric right after the. I kind of agree with this. There were a lot of things that, as a business person, people probably, don't really give credit for. Oh, this MJ versus Prince video is going to be brutal. Okay, it's going to be brutal. And what I mean by brutal is I'm literally going to collect video submissions from both MJ and Prince fans, and I'm gonna get their take on this. I'm gonna make the video about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to be reading some tweets that I received about this topic, or tweets that I've seen about this topic, questions that people may have, and why this comparison is so stupid, and then why it's unnecessarily going on, and why it's one of the most overused comparisons in music history. I'm sorry. He learned all the business from Paul McCartney. Adult Christmas album. I did a video about this. It's a good one. All right. Michael Jackson should have set boundaries for his bedroom and children. Unfortunately, he didn't realize how strange the situation looked to others. He stubbornly put his foot down about not settling boundaries even after the first allegations came out. Then we have this comment. It's just because there was nothing weird about it. The media really made us believe kids were driving themselves to the ranch to hang out with MJ by themselves. Their parents were always with them. That's why they got here. Neverland was fully staffed and security everywhere. MJ's room is two-story. The same stuff. Trust me, I understand totally. In fact, I defend MJ about this regularly, but I'm saying the outside world, it looks strange as people don't understand. Exactly. I 100% agree, because if you look at from a perspective of a person that is not a Michael Jackson fan, they're gonna think that, fuck, man, this is all weird. Like, a grown man should not be sleeping with kids in the same room. They're gonna have this mindset, and you kind of have to accept it instead of go on forward death threats and gifs and all this fucking bullshit. I'm gonna make a video about the sleepovers. That's another rant I'm doing about the sleepovers. So, are you gonna say Prince has more fans than Michael? No. I'll talk about Prince fans and MJ fans and how both sides had behaviors that were fucking stupid. Like Prince fans are stupid and Michael fans are stupid. I've learned a lot about Prince fans over these past couple weeks of doing research. They discredit Michael like fucking crazy. But I never commented about them because I'm not in their community. And plus, the people who say this stuff are not even in the Prince fandom. So, you know, MJ never said the parents slept in the room with him and the kids. Neither did any of the kids to support. How dare you not speak? How dare you speak the truth? Stop it, MJ fanatic. Oh my god. I think the I think the this is something that many people would probably say, "Oh, Michael should have not stopped sleeping with the kids after the first accusation." You know, some people can say this. I understand his because again the mindset is like because we didn't know Michael we did not know Michael Jackson. That's another thing. We did not know Michael Jackson, so stop acting like y'all know this guy. Listen, we know him through videos and all this stuff, and we know him, but we don't actually know him. We never met him or did this or did that. So there's nothing to really know other than interviews and videos and articles and da da da. What do you mean he learned from Paul McCartney? Because I've never heard of this. Elaborate for me, Johnny. Okay, let's go on. Michael album is hated for no reason. Other than that, the other songs are beautiful apart from the. There's a reason for the Michael album to be hated. I mean, they got the 3 fake tracks on there, but I mean, but again, like I don't like it. Period. People think Michael didn't write. He wrote Billie Jean beat it. Yeah, he didn't. He wrote a lot of songs. Paul McCartney was a bad influence on Michael. This is a very interesting take. I think Paul was involved in 2 songs, "Girl of Mine" and "Girlfriend," meaning of both songs were similar and weird for me. Hmm. I don't really know. I mean, I think the might have just been the trends. I mean, I don't know what the. Oh, it's horrible. Like the album was. Yeah, oh yeah, it was. Okay. Ah, 2 guys into one girl, and I'm pretty sure some people's ideas, not Michael. I don't really know. I mean, they also did songs like "Say Say Say" and "The Man." I mean, which are not bad songs either. I can understand why you think this though, but I don't know. Um, okay, this one I actually got from quite. By the way, is if anyone's enjoying this, please put a like and comment and do all that stuff. I'll be prepared to wake up to a couple of messages tomorrow saying, "How dare you say this about my beautiful Michael?" Oh my god. I'm just being honest. I'm just saying if I'm saying anything that deserves clarification or if I needed to work on something, listen, Michael Jackson's not the Michael Jackson's not the number one thing in my life. So if I fuck up or say anything, it shouldn't be a fucking big deal. Okay? Shouldn't be a big deal. Paul McCartney told Michael about catalogs. That's that you can buy them, as Paul has done and bought the Beatles. These are Paul's words. You know, we look at. I just got done hearing John Lennon's stuff. I'm gonna hear Double Fantasy soon, but I heard Imagine and what was the one Plastic Ono Band. And if we look at all these albums, they're very personal, dude. I love these albums, and I know I'm mentioning these has nothing to do with the video, but there will be a video about this and my thoughts on that album. Now that you bring up Paul McCartney, um, actually they were sharing. Yeah, the Jacksons cannot sing. There's a few things that I can understand where you're coming from, but I have to really dive into their singing in order for me to like Jermaine has a good voice. I can't deny that Jermaine has a good voice. Jermaine has zero talent. I don't think so. I think he's very talented, especially on the "You Say My Eyes Are Beautiful," the duet that he did with Whitney Houston. He has a beautiful voice in that song. Johnny, you're the type of person to say his best song was "Word to the Bad." For some reason, I can see you say that. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I know fucking why you would say that. Johnny is Joey's father. You. MJ told him that Carolina could buy him his Paul's done. He bought the Beatles. Yeah, word to the bad. Despite lyrically, it's catchy as shit. I'm sorry, it's catchy as fucking shit. Oh my god. Okay, we got this one quite a bit. He was on the spectrum. How do you guys feel about this? Because a lot of people have said this. And then you have ones that are obviously not. Like, why are we diagnosing somebody when you're not like a professional? Which is valid because you're not, But okay, this is a hot take. Again, I don't like comparing Michael and Janet. I fucking hate it. I thankfully that's not a public comparison because this is something that I will say. Janet arguably has a better and a more consistent catalog than Michael. Tell me how you feel about this. I love both of their discographies, but I will say Janet definitely has a lot of highlights. If you look at my favorite Janet album, The Velvet Robe, that's her best album. Next to was another really good one. Demita Joe is my second favorite Janet Jackson album, and then my third favorite is probably going to go to All for You. Maybe even Janet. I mean, Janet did so well in the '90s, so you got to give Janet's better music, and Michael was a better form. Listen, I like the reason I hate comparing Michael and Janet is, well, one, they're siblings, and two, again, it's with the difference, them being very different from each other. One thing I will admit is that if you guys watch my video, Michael Jackson fans are disrespecting Janet Jackson. I highlight on reasons that Michael fans need to credit Janet more, because she doesn't get enough. I know it's separate fandoms, but like you know, Janet Jackson is an artist that is kind of over. It's she doesn't really get that much credit. Thank you, Antoine. Um, Going to listen to Janet off, and very interesting takes. Going on the tour, Janet Jackson versus just 2000 would belong. Speaking of Janet, I am seeing Janet in concert in 5 days' time. I did a little video. If anyone's going, then let me know. It'd be really cool to meet y'all there. Um, yeah, Jermaine can sing. Janet can sing. Janet, people have actually said Janet cannot sing. I don't know who said this, but she can sing. I mean, you don't have to be riffing and hitting high belt notes to be a good singer. That's Janet and even Aaliyah proved that. I mean, Aaliyah's a great vocalist, but she didn't really overdo it like that. Um, you know, People need to understand my fans say someone is perfect. That they think they mean to their standard. I mean, again, saying someone's perfect is not. I don't really think anybody's perfect. Yeah, Janet's a better dancer than a vocalist. I'll say that. I'll compare aspects of the artist, but I'll never tell you who's better. 3T, the Jacksons, but the Jackson 5 Jacksons. Interesting. Wow. I love 3T. 3T is underrated, dude. I love 3T. Why does the "Gotta Be You" video, the "Gotta Be," the one that goes "Gotta Be You"? That, like, me and my friend, we were like, why is this as if like 3T was a faction in a pro wrestling? They would use that song and that video for the Titantron. They would play it on the Titantron. And because you literally have 3T, like the 3T logo pops up. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, their tone is really good. Yeah, that's my thing with the Janet and Aaliyah. They were both of those singers that they were good vocalists. They didn't really go all out with their voice, but that shouldn't mean a bad thing. If you think Janet can't sing, never listen to Lisa Marie sing, because OMG, my ears bleed for weeks. How do you feel about Lisa Marie's vocals? Everybody put that in. Baby J, 3T, the Jack. Baby J over 3T is crazy. Okay. Hey, two birds, one stone. The best song. Sorry, man. Oh my god, this is gonna be a aftermath. Gonna go crazy on this. Streetwalker should have been the fifth track of the Bad album. Jessica Prince can stay. I'm sorry, I love Jessica Prince. But Streetwalker deserves a place on there too. Probably not over Jessica Prince. I would put Streetwalker over. Here's the thing about Streetwalker and the way they make me feel like they kind of give off a similar vibe. So I don't really know where that would be placed. I can't think of any Unpopular Opinions, but what do you think of Michael having a deep voice? Um, it's normal. Like that was his voice. He just used a higher register in his early years. His voice was generally deep, and it shouldn't be a. I mean, people were shook by it. I'm not, but because that was his voice. Smooth Criminal is the weakest song on Bad. Interesting. I think the weakest song on Bad is um. Hold on. I think the weakest song is. Oh my god. I don't really know. I think they're all really strong in their own ways. But if I had to pick one, then probably I Just Can't Stop Loving You. Heartbreaker is a terrible song. I personally love Heartbreaker. We're kind of in the opposite. You like 2000 watts. Lane, you like this is off topic, Michael, but you like I'm trying to think of like an artist. I'm trying to think of like an artist that I could see you listen to. Do you like Red Hot Chili Peppers? I haven't really gotten into them like that, but if you have any, you know, I mean that's another group like or what's another one? I know Metallica. Metallica. I've listened to a bunch of Metallica. Bunch of Metallica. I listened to Master of Puppets in full. I heard of Ride the Lightning in full, and Justice for All. Like these are some really good music. I cannot stand Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're terrible people. Yeah, they're all bad people. They're all like really bad people. Yeah, I think one of them's a pedophile. I don't know, but I heard something about them being pedophiles. Um, Metallica is great. Better than AC. If you were to compare them to ACDC, most people can say they're better than ACDC. Some of the comments, how much of the commentary is coming from individuals and main knowledge of Jackson is from what they read on social media. I agree. Thank you. This is someone who knows music. Thank you. No, I'm being serious. I feel like Bad is 100% his best album, at least, but the songs could be in any other album. I see what you mean. Some of these comments, however, like they're actually really good. Not all to some, but most of them are really good. Slayer is the best thrash metal band for sure. I prefer them to Metallica. Do you like Avenged Sevenfold? That's a group that I'm slowly getting into now. There's a couple songs that I know from them. Or yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, Slayer. I heard Slayer is really good. I don't listen to them like that, but like I do know a few songs. Like a lot of these. Can you all just believe we are 2-3 months for a trailer of the biopic? I'm so excited, dude. Come Together cover. It's great. I love his take on the song. Come Together should have been on Ultimate Collection. It's another thing I'll say. He should have never helped children. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that just because people may question certain things regarding behaviors and other things, he still had every right to be there for kids and help them with their needs and from just donations and stuff. There's a lot of things. There's some really good qualities that you just can't deny. Kim has a unique voice. I haven't listened to Kim. Am I pronouncing that right? The weakest song is Liberian Girl. Liberian Girl is amazing. I love Liberian Girl. The Invincible album is better than Dangerous. I don't agree at all. I think Dangerous is better. 10 times better. He's hot. Let me know how you feel about that one. Oh shit. Michael and his brother should have started singing seriously when they became teenagers. What do you mean by seriously? I think they really started the serious thing when once they transferred from Motown to Epic. Um, Someone telling Michael Jackson to not help kids is like telling a Christian not to worship Jesus. uh, it's yeah, it was different. I'll say that it was very different. I kind of liked it for that. I like when they people do. I think a cover that gets really hated by people is the Alien Ant Farm Smooth Criminal. I tried listening to Prince from the 70s and the 90s. The album I'm currently on music is Graffiti Bridge. Graffiti Bridge. I think about Graffiti Bridge. The movie sucks. That's like one thing I'll say about for that. The movie is bad. Like it is bad. Like there's no like plot. I mean there is, but the plot is towards the you start to kind of get what's going on with the clubs and everything towards the middle of the movie. It's like it's all over the place. There's one part Morris Day like goes, I'm trying to like I don't even remember the context. It was so bad. There was one part Morris Day was like ABCDE. The only good part in that movie is Mavis Staples. She was going crazy on that. She was so good. I love Mavis Staples. No, the album is alright. The album is just okay. There were a few good songs on there, like "Thieves in the Temple" and I like "Weekend Funk." I personally prefer the demo "Weekend Funk," but yeah, Graffiti Bridge. I for '90s, I don't recommend Graffiti Bridge. If you want like a good '90s Prince album, then Love Symbol is one of them. Old Experience is one of them. Come is one of them. Definitely listen to Come. I think for all the people who haven't heard that, and then also Diamonds and Pearls. Diamonds and Pearls is another amazing album. If I just had like really bad Prince albums, a bad Prince album, 2010 sucks. I don't like that album. Getting signed and touring, it messed up in his vocals into his adult years. Starting late would not affect his childhood. Interesting, but I mean, he did the Victory Tour, the Triumph Tour. Those are all amazing. I loved it. Yeah, Send It Out, Emancipation, Weakest, damn, weakest what? Oh, Billie Jean's not his weakest song. No way. Rock with You is his perfect song. You're going in order. Okay. What was your favorite '80s one? My favorite '80s one is Sign of the Times. My friend, my other friend, who's probably going to be in the video, the MJ vs. Prince video, he says his favorite album is Love Sexy, Off the Wall, Thriller. This take is very common. I actually love Off the Wall, but Thriller has a track list that is just perfect. Thriller is the most perfect Michael Jackson album for me. There's no skips on Thriller. It used to be a skip, and that was a girl's mind, but I don't really skip it anymore like that. All right. Rock With You is his perfect song. Flawless vocals, high note, catchy chorus, nice lyrics, great flow, and brought us one of his most iconic dance moves. Rock With You is a joyful song. It is a wonderful song. And it just brings, I don't know, Rock With You is one of those songs. Like if I were to hear Michael again like that, that's one song that's just so like, oh, see, I love Rock With You. It might be the best song on Off the Wall. No, he never had an album called Bad. No. I get it. Oh, what? Jahari sent me something. Say his name and it appears. I believe in Joe Hendrick. Sign of the Times is good. Did I replied to him or something? Oh, yeah. He was for his Broadway thing. Let me see. Oh my god, I'm typing like crazy. Starfish and coffee. I don't like starfish and coffee. I like it on Muppets Tonight. 10 times better. I think the Muppets version is better. Escape over off the wall. No. Sign of Times is good. If that was in a better order, it'd be better than Thriller. Oh, get ready for these Twitter ones. Oh my god, we're going Instagram next. Um, okay, album Thriller is slightly overrated in comparison to Bad Dangerous History. Yeah, the Thriller deserves all the love it gets, in my opinion. In the Closet and History medley with Scream and They Don't Care About Us was the dumbest move made during the whole History era. Why on earth is In the Closet including History melody? Yes, I agree. In the Closet was so out of place, dude. If is easily Janet's best song. I think Janet's best song. Oh my god, there's so many, but if I had to pick one, probably The Knowledge. The Knowledge has everything you need for a Janet song, man. Janet, and I think Knowledge and Miss You Much. Yeah, Miss You Much is like that's a great fucking song. For You is incredible. For You, amazing debut album. Rhythm Nation. Rhythm Nation's great. Like the song is amazing. History Tour set list was horrendous. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the History Tour set list like that. If has some very good choreography though. I'll say that. If has some really good choreography. So is the really good song is my friend doesn't like it. Julian doesn't like it, but I love it. It's one called Doesn't Really Matter. Doesn't Really Matter is amazing. Come Back to Me. Who wanted to get me started? Come Back to Me. Come back to me. So this tours were awful. Yeah, I think instead of In the Closet for History medley, I think it should have been Money. Either Money or Too Bad. No, Too Bad should have been like a separate. So this for tours were awful. We barely heard any Dangerous songs live. I agree. We only got to hear some of his famous songs live. Yeah, I'm so mad about that. He should have did like other songs. The sales for his somewhere hard to be Michael. This is not opinion. Why does Monday come after Tuesday? Anyway, his no surgery compromises vocals. I don't know. Rhythm Nation dance. MJ dances. What? Fucking asshole. Oh my god. I love how you put it with the period at the end. Janet is my favorite album by her so far. I'm going through her discography proper at the moment. Janet is amazing. That album is incredible. 93 or 95 Dance is his best dance. I prefer 99, actually. I think 99 Dangerous was my favorite. Dangerous. Like that. Like that's my favorite Dangerous. Damn, bro. The other two songs off the Throat album, Baby Mine and Live My Life, should have been released as singles, but I can understand why he didn't. Oh, yeah, there was like, how many singles were on there? What's crazy is that Michael had performed Remember the Time. Frank never did it, and he had time for it during the History Tour, but he decided In the Closet. People were like, In the Closet should have, it was because we didn't get it during Dangerous Tour. The yes or no. His no surgery definitely stopped him from belting, but it did help him to hit higher notes like in Childhood. Childhood was a highlight for vocals, I'll say that, man. I remember the time was bigger than The Closet. Like, why not perform Remember the Time? Exactly. He should have never mutilated his beautiful face. I think the surgeries are understandable when it comes to a traumatic sense. This is it. The movie was pretty much trash. I get what you want to introduce the dancers and people, but they left out so much. My thing is with Michael, they only put the footage that they felt like they felt like that was necessary, because if you looked at, I think I think another thing I will say is they were trying to not they were trying to avoid the footage that Michael just didn't like, because a lot of the stuff, like, Michael Jackson was, people can say Michael's was very frail during This Is It, or they'll say that, it's so, like, I think they were trying to look at the footage and say, okay, where does he look his best, or where does he moving his best? You know, do you think History Tour would surpass Dangerous Tour if MJ sang more live and lip sync? I think Sir Dangerous would have still won. I'm sorry. Dangerous is better than History Tour. Childhood is amazing. Do you actually mean this, Johnny? Michael released too many songs as singles in his album. Oh yeah, 100% agree. Like Dangerous, especially. Oh my god, it was like 10. Bad had like 8, like 7, right? I think the only song that wasn't put out as a single on Bad was Just Good Friends and Speed Demon. That's it. All the others were singles. Oh man. The Thriller, the singles were Starting Something, Human Nature. So the only ones that were not singles were Baby Mine and Lady of My Life. Yeah, Lady of My Life and Baby Mine were not singles. Everything else was a single. Thriller tour been 30 minutes. What if Michael moved out of the U.S.? Yeah, that's what he did. He did move out. He lived in Africa, right? Yeah. Unpopular opinion, I didn't like Dangerous. I love Dangerous. Some of these takes are terrible. Listening to Billie Jean without a live performance is boring. I understand this take. Heaven Can Wait is overrated and the song History is underrated. I agree with the History song being underrated. Heaven Can Wait being overrated, maybe because of TikTok, but I love Heaven Can Wait. I think it's perfectly rated. DS is not that good of a song. Could this be because it's repetitive in the chorus, maybe, or lyrically? I don't know. I don't hate DS. Childhood is the only song I really everywhere. Oh yeah, Childhood is a very, very, very emotional song. Michael should have been gone independent after Off the Wall. I agree. Like Getting Away from the Jacksons. Oh yeah, I think that should have started the solo tours, like the Off the Wall tour and Thriller tour. DS is the worst on History. Still a jam. The worst on History is this time. No, Money. Money is the worst on History. It's not even because of the lyrics. The lyrics are amazing. I'm just not a fan of the composition. The composition is not good at all. All right, I'm probably gonna delete this Janet video because it's I don't know. Now, Money is I do think the remix is worse. Like the remix is definitely worse. Lil Susie is amazing. Yeah, the instrumental is very basic on Money. Yeah. I suspect we'll see more content being released after the biopic. I hope. I don't really enjoy the performance as a Thriller. I can understand this. This Time Around is one of my faves. It might be just because I'm a big Biggie fan. Oh, yeah. The Biggie verse is amazing. All right, let me see this voice message. Every picture I see reminds me of. Oh, he just sent me a. Think of him singing. Let me get back to that. Tabloid Junkie is his best. I love Tabloid Junkie a lot more now. All right, let's MIDS. MI Diane and Smokey. Val. How you doing, Val? Righty. Let's see what we got. Heal the World is a bad song. It's a filler track. I don't think it's a bad song. It's definitely not my favorite off of Dangerous. Although I do understand the message and why it was put on there. I do think it should have been a Cherry single, as I keep bringing up over and over and over again. All right, let's go on to Instagram now and get to those because we got a lot for Twitter, and we're going to be ending this. But I hope you all are enjoying this, and I hope that. Hey, we lost a sub. Woo! Yeah, that fan is one of the I'm assuming they didn't like what I have to say, so yep, get out of here if you don't like what I have to say. That should be good because we want people um who are gonna respect me on this channel. Some stupid shit, man. I love that. It's kind of cool, All right, let's get on with the Instagram ones. Because we got a lot on Twitter. What the fuck? I didn't see my comment on YouTube. Heartbreaker's the best song available. I respect that. I respect that. I really respect that. I like Heartbreaker. In my opinion, the best song on Invincible is um, Threatened. Yeah, Threatened is the best song on Invincible. Let's go on to the Instagram opinions. I'm going to open them up on Instagram. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry. You know how I feel, and things can't go wrong. I'm so proud to say I love. He's a cutie pie. Yeah. Oh, SmackDown's on. I'm probably gonna catch it a little later. Things can't go wrong. My life ain't worth living if I can't be with you. All right, here we go. We got some good ones right here, man. Jermaine Jackson has a good voice as Michael's. It's just Michael's voice is more iconic. Yeah. One of the Dance More Dangerous or 2 underrated songs. Yeah. You should have got the Hots, Nightline, Dream Away, and Thrower. Maybe put those up there to 40. Now we talked about the number of his Guinness World Records. They do. But it's 500 million charity. They do. Fans talk about that all the time on Twitter. The fact they designed many buildings in Vegas. That I don't hear anyone talk about. Michael was more popular in Bad and Thriller. Interesting. Michael should have kept doing albums with the Jacksons up until Dangerous. Interesting. I don't really agree with that, but it'd be cool to see him do 29 Jackson Street with them. Yeah, the fans do more than the estate. Yeah, 100%. Without Quincy, Michael wouldn't be who he is now. Let me know how you all feel about that. Victoria's best concert. Which concert from the Victory Tour? 2,000 Watts is really good, and Don't Walk Away, You're My Life is cheesy. Interesting. You're My Life, it's a song I just skip. Thriller is overrated. Which Thriller the song, Thriller the album? No! Yeah! All right, let me, I'll be right back. I'm here. What do you make? Fish and chips. Yeah. Yo, you back? Oh my fucking shit. All right, we good? We got people left a little bit. I'm probably gonna save the Twitter ones for another video because I'm getting a little tired. So I'm gonna probably do these and then save Twitter for another because we got a lot for Twitter that I want to really have a lot of energy to talk about. So. I mean, I might as well. Okay, so let's just go through these Instagram ones, and then we're gonna do. And then I think I'm gonna end it, and then just do the Twitter ones another time because I'm getting really tired. So we'll just. Well, DS is here. Here's the thing about DS. The DS was a response to someone that was ruining his life, and Dom Sneddon was not a music artist. So he had a whole feud with Tom Sneddon. So I see where you're coming from with that 100%. But again, when Eminem says a joking bar about him, he's a piece of shit. Well, I mean, you're. I mean, here's the thing about that. Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like, I see where you're coming from with this, though. I definitely do. But if you're gonna have somebody ruin your life with the everything, it's. I didn't read your comment. Um, I didn't read your comment. So, but BS. No, I don't. Purple rain. Uh, I didn't see your comment about BS. I did not see it. Didn't see it. I did not see a comment about BS at all. Nope. Might even read. All right, let's continue this. But the answer was pointless. Album? Maybe. All those remixes would be one of them. Well, the remixes aren't good. Like they're not really that good. There's a few that are good. He didn't make songs about the kids. The Sony guy only betrayed him, but he went at the police guy. And instead of it about MJ at the time the trial was going on. That does well because he's talking about a relevant topic. I do think a song. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a song about Tommy Mottola unreleased or a song about the accusers. I mean, but again, if you can imply that he was talking about them in a song, like even Tabloid Junkie, but yeah, that was really directed towards the mainstream media more than anything. They were both wrong, but everyone sucks. And Joey, you're so cute in that video. We got 5 new songs, so no way. Oh yeah, we got 5 songs on there. Michael as a performer is better than Michael as a dancer. Interesting. Even though some songs of Michael were him, they're still good, excluding breaking news. Yeah. Oh, you like talking about Monster. Monster's all right. Keep Your Head Up's pretty bad. Captain Neil's the best MJ short film. I 100% agree. And this was a better album than History. I still think History's better. I don't like that some concerts use playback instead of singing live. I don't care for it, but I do wish that he did sing live more during History tour, especially in moments where he's dancing more. No. When he's dancing less, but then when he dances more, he's singing live. I don't understand the hate that Just Good Friends gets. It's a good song. I love Just Good Friends. Without Quincy, Michael wouldn't have made Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. This is a take that people probably won't agree with. The leaked 2010 versions of Chicago, You Know Children Are, and Slave to the Rhythm are better than the ones on Escape. Another one that I could probably, yeah, probably. You should have toured in support of Invincible. Yeah, but with current events at the time, that couldn't happen. But maybe it could have. He should have released his Men in Black song. Oh, yeah, Men in Black. Yeah, popular opinion. He should have continued to pursue relationships with adults instead of children. I mean, he did have adult friends, but publicized. Maybe that was a thing that he probably, because again, he didn't really trust a lot of adults because most of those adults portrayed him. But at the same time, it's like you can't trust, you can't assume that every adult is going to ruin your life, because I'm an adult and I'm not gonna ruin your life. That's one thing I'll say. Like, Michael, man, like, come on, like I understand you went through a lot with the media and everything, but you can't just not immediately not trust adults all by a mile. You know, I mean, he was friends with Chris Tucker. Here's the thing: if it's an adult, then that adult's gonna understand him, right? Like Chris Tucker understood him. We got like Elizabeth Taylor; they've been friends for a very long time. She understood him so much. So if you get an adult that's gonna click with him, they'll be friends. Him and Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey and him, they were very good friends. He had adult friends. And probably probably have to look in the World Wide Web and dive deep, because he did have adult friends. He had um what's another one? He interviewed this Brett guy. It was a very good interview. It was not really about the controversies. It was about other things. He did have adult friends. I think that's something that not everyone know. Because we hear about him having kid friends and not enough of the adult stuff. We because again we didn't know him like that. The Jacksons are better than the J5. I agree. He should have done more songs like 2,000 Watts. Nah. 2,000 Watts is the worst song Michael ever made. Little Susie. I love Little Susie. Motown should have given Michael and the Jackson brothers more creative freedom instead of keeping them. Yeah, I agree with that. The Escape album is a great album, and that the remixes are better than the originals. The remixes are better than the originals. It's half and half. There's originals that are better, and there is remixes that are better. So it's kind of a half and half. Let's continue. People say he's the king of pop. I say the king of music. We already discussed about this. He is the king of pop title is the most appropriate. Michael had no acting skills, except scenes in which he should show his anger. My thing is, just because someone's angry and passionate, and this kind of contradicts my own statement. That doesn't mean okay. If they're angry, that doesn't mean, because there's so many instances, there's so many aspects of acting other than just being angry and showcasing. I think I actually prefer his earlier acting over his later acting. I think in The Wiz he was pretty good. In Bad he was very good. I'm not a fan of his acting in Scramble Training. I think that was the worst he's ever done. In Ghosts he was pretty good. Not like, and then even in EO he was pretty. He was all right in EO. He wasn't the best, but he was pretty all right. I think if you're going to be an actor, you have to really. I think the thing about Michael's act, because again this goes for any actor. Yeah, you have to make it believable, and this is not even just. I'm not pointing it at Mike. I'm just saying in general, like, especially because I love musical theater. I love musical theater. So if I'm paying money to see a show that is half of the time, most of the time very expensive, I need to get my money's worth. I need to get in the show, see a show, and be immersed into that environment. So that's just some valid things. I can't just Plants More Dangerous 200 songs. Oh, we already kind of went through that. Gifted songwriter may have stolen more musical ideas that he let on or was held accountable for. Quincy actually alluded to this one time by saying that Michael was at as now. This is a very interesting one because we talk about the Mama Say Mama Sa Makusa that he stole from that one song, Soul Makosa. And other people can say that Michael stole the Fred Astaire outfit and routine from the bandwagon for Smooth Criminal. I will say he did wear the exact same outfit in Smooth Criminal and in the bandwagon. I think he did credit Fred Astaire as an inspiration. I will say that. I do think I would have preferred the Western version of Smooth Criminal. He would have never got people saying he stole if the outfit was going to be different. Maybe he was just that inspired. I heard somebody say Janet was more original than Michael. Let me know how you feel about that one. Because then here's my thing. Janet was doing a lot of stuff that Michael would later do. Like, for instance, Janet did this from Pleasure Principle, and MJ did that later in Speed Demon. Then we get to Love Will Never Do. I mentioned this in my Janet video, my MJ fans disrespecting Janet video. She's doing a lot of stuff. The only thing that I can say that Janet was inspired by from Mike was for the Rhythm Nation choreography for Captain EO. Other than that, nothing else I know of. Most of it was Michael being inspired by Janet, and that's a fact, and nobody talks about it. 2,000 Watts is really good, and Don't Walk Away. Okay, we already read that. Okay, this one's like kind of facts though. John Breaker was settling. I don't love the idea of Jafar being in the biopic. The interest of Jermaine to get the maximum amount of money from benefits at the expense of Michael's own 3 children. I think his brothers were lazy opportunists. I could never stand all vultures around Michael. I was about to tell the truth, but with all these conflicts, I have no doubt about it. I never heard of Paris or BG endorsing the biopic. I know Prince did, but I believe he shares a bit of his father's innocence, and John Branco probably knows how to manipulate him. I think Michael's kids are used to his father's legacy as a money slot machine. He discovered the winning combination of it. This is one thing I'm going to say. I'm going to say it again. Wait till the fucking movie. Wait till the fucking movie. And then give me your opinion after. That's all I'm going to say. I repeat that so many times. Anyway, I'm going to end very soon, but there's one more thing I'm going to show you guys. This is the most laughable thing I've ever received. But what makes this really funny? It's so funny that I have to deal with the people like this for fucking years. And we get people saying things like this. We get people saying, let's be honest, I don't even consider you an MJ fan. You only use MJ if it benefits you and the following. If MJ was really your number one, he would be not number one on Spotify. But since it's Prince, you're not much of a fan. Create a Prince fan page and leave the fandom. We're going to really dive into this tweet when I film the fucking video because there's so many problems with this. And then we also have this one. You're not an MJ fan. That's all I can say. You are someone who considers himself a fan of multiple artists at the same time. Like, that's fucking normal. To them. And want everyone equal. That makes zero sense. And because people will always compare and choose one. What people? MJ fans that only listen to him and that's it? You're probably one of those people that only listens to Michael. Listen, I don't have a problem with that. Just respect me and my interests. That's it. This person isn't. There's a lot of problems this tweet. I'm gonna dive into in the Prince video. And then this stupid comment. All admitting Prince for the hair. So yes, they did send me people admitting that Prince reminds me of Michael Jackson, which those people are fucking stupid, by the way. And there's no way that Prince reminds me of Michael Jackson. There's no fucking way. No way. No fucking way Prince reminds me of Michael Jackson. There's fucking no way. So to anyone that says that, I don't agree with that at all. I don't fucking agree with that. Oh, because the hair was similar. It's similar? What? In Purple Rain, his hair was not even similar to Michael. What the fuck? What the fuck? A real fan don't spread another artist on our fandom that much. It's obsession at this point. I already said you can listen to other artists, but when you no longer know your favorite, then you are just a guy enjoying more. Wow. Just fucking wow, dude. Wow. Anyway, that's it. You'll hear more about those in the Prince video. Just get ready because it's gonna be a good one. Um, you just hang on tight. It's gonna be a fucking brutal video, and I am very excited to film it finally. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Oh my god, Epic Universe tickets just came out. Hold on. Oh, just a bit, some new ticket information came out for Epic Universe. Okay, I gotta look at that. It's pretty important. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna save the Twitter ones for another stream. This was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm gonna go, and I really don't care what happens to me after. All right, bye bye, everybody. Hold on. I'm gonna reply. Listen, I normally don't bring things like this to attention, but if you have to be that stupid, like that stupid, then you deserve it. You deserve to be called out. Because let me tell you something about these people. They've been harassing me for 5 years. 5 years. Even though I don't really comment about it. But if you gotta be that stupid, then I'm sorry. You're especially when my intelligence has gone so up. I mean, I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot because I'm still very unintelligent in many areas. But if you're gonna be that stupid when I have more logic now compared to 2019, 2020, yeah, I'm sorry. I have to cover it because you have to be that stupid, like really stupid to be disrespectful and have that mindset. Like it's fucking disgusting. Anyway, I'm gonna go. You guys take care now. Yeah, I am kind of starting with them here, but I don't give a fuck. They can be a little bitch because they've been starting shit with me for so many years. Anyway, everybody take care. Love you all, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.